Hello, my darlings. Welcome to your daily short kiss, keeping it spiritually simple. I'm using the animal tarot card for you today. Just before I start, I know that both water signs and fire signs are waiting on their weekly readings. Bear with me, you will have them tomorrow. I've been incredibly busy over the last few days, and I don't like to rush these readings or be in the wrong energy space when I am doing them. It shouldn't be a should, it's always a desire. So I will be completing those weekly star sign readings for you tomorrow, so do keep an eye out for those. On top of that, obviously, it means that there is a little bit of a delay in your June readings, although I will be looking to complete those by Monday, the 5th of June for you. So, and if not, it'll be earlier. It'll be by Friday or Saturday, the 2nd or the 3rd, but these will all be done for you, my darlings, this week. So do keep an eye out for those. So moving ahead, let's have a look to see with the animal tarot cards. I'm just going to do a random spread for you and see what do you need to know today? What does Spirit want you to know today? And the cards have flown out for you already. Ooh, well, this is rather lovely. So you have the Four of Spring and Balance has come out. Thank you. Balance is the Temperance card. Okay. And it's here represented by the zebra. Sometimes it takes contrast to make up something very, very beautiful, Spirit is saying to me. We can look at the zebra and think what an extraordinary animal the universe God has created here. Is it white with black or is it black with white? It all depends on our perception of it, doesn't it? Or how we might be seeing things. And because you've got the otters here holding hands, which is what the sea otters do so they don't drift apart, Spirit is urging you perhaps in this matters of the heart, matters of the home, matters of family, that you energetically look, or perhaps physically, hold hands with those that you are close to, hold hands perhaps while you might be having a different perception of the situation, and trust that everything is as it should be, and everything is unfolding according to divine design, and that also it is good to have that balanced perspective of what is happening, and perhaps also to draw in other people's opinions and thoughts about things in order for you to receive a balanced perspective. So it's sometimes it's about compromise and cooperation, where we might hold a very, very true viewpoint for ourselves, but actually there is no black without white, there is no front without the back. So there is a necessary difference of opinion here, but actually a compromise between you and another is going to allow things to flow, allow the energies of healing and the flow of emotion to happen again, because I feel there is a slightly stuck energy at this time. And at the heart of this situation is love. And at the heart of this situation, do look at them holding paws there. Very sweet holding paws. At the heart of this is two people who are very, very connected, and both very focused on doing the right thing, and both very focused on working hard at this relationship, and focusing also on their own form of self-love as well. You are included in that. You are part of this duality. So take a moment to kick back and relax into the space of having a little bit of temperance, and perhaps moderating to temper, to moderate perhaps some very strong viewpoints that you might be having at this time, and perhaps look to meld in other people's viewpoints to reach a true understanding of the situation. Anything else, Spirit, that wishes to come out? And we've got here the Princess of Spring, which is the Page of Wands, because that allowance, that permission you give to yourself that actually there might be things you don't yet know or you haven't yet considered or compromised on, is going to allow new ideas to come in. This is the Princess of Spring, the Page of Wands. So it's going to allow transformational new approaches and ideas, and approach for perhaps a solution to this situation for you. And you can see here, you've got the sort of crown on the cushion. So it is to say that this is a grand idea. This is a majestic idea. These ideas are one for further advancement, for further growth. Thank you, Spirit. So let's have another little look, see for you. I mean, this doesn't necessarily need to be matters of the heart at home. It can be any form of relationship in your life, but one that is important for you. And look, I'm just seeing then the monarch. It says the monarch butterfly there. So this is a really extraordinary idea of value, an opportunity that's coming in. And anything that is that inspired idea or of value, thought, it's all coming from source energy. It's all coming from the energies of the universe, the energies of God, the gift of divinity. And whenever we feel that sense of, oh, wow, okay, now I understand, or now I feel relief, or now I feel inspired, or now I feel invigorated, or now I feel at peace, it's an energy of us surrendering and letting go of that ego identity, hold on things, and falling back in literally into the embrace of the universe, falling back into that space of surrender. So think about the energies where you are, and perhaps to fall back into, to relax into. They're not looking where they're going. They're just lying back in the water, back in their emotions, just allowing the flow of the water, the flow of the tide, the flow of the current to take them where they're meant to go. So whatever current emotions that you can kick back and relax into, go with those emotions. Don't go with resisting. Don't go against the flow at this time. Anything else, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, it takes, it's not easy, it's very, it's much easier, isn't it, to be spiritual, to have a spiritual view, perception, understanding of things when life is going with the flow. And yet, how much more rewarding is it to truly embrace those concepts when we are faced with challenges which are coming in to show us either what we need to still release or how far we've come. And so Spirit is saying you've had your head down, you've released yourself from certain concepts, certain thought processes and beliefs that have kept you trapped for a very long time. And there is now this intensity and a wish for you not to repeat cycles, but to learn new things, to learn different approaches, to learn different ways within this relationship. And you are very intent on that. And as the parrot, you are very much listening to understand, and perhaps doing a lot of repeat affirmations at this time. But this is a wonderful time for you to embrace new concepts, new thoughts, new approaches, new understandings, to stand in the place of truth and understand the underside of it, the pattern of it as well. And it's going to bring in this Ace of Winter, Ace of Swords, that utter realization about something, because you've let go of your hold of what you think with the Temperance card, or what you think it might be, and you'll come into a more of a balanced perspective. And 1 and 4, 1 is new beginnings, 2 is stable new beginnings, stable, new, re-energized energy. And 1 and 4 is 5, which is change. So have patience with the situation. Trust that perhaps you're in you're 1, 2, or 3 steps away from some form of realization. The bamboo, the first year it sleeps, the second year it creeps, the third year it leaps, and you're reaching for a bamboo that's grown pretty tall here. And, with the panda, there is so much energy within this 4 of Spring, this 4 of Wands, that is so welcoming and makes people, you know, there is so much love here. There is so much connection here. I'm not sure why the energy is coming through of one of a slight argument or conflict at this time, but it's only temporary, because with this Ace of Winter, you're already reaching for growth. You're already reaching for the next steps. You've already set your intention to receive that insight, that clarity, to receive that message, to receive that understanding, to receive that realization, which then is going to shift your perception and therefore shift your reality. You're reaching for it already. You're reaching to implement a new idea, a new approach with this Four of Wands. And that's absolutely fantastic, my darling. So, and remember, it is not out of your reach. That's what Spirit is saying. It is within your reach. You may have to stretch a little bit further, but you are in your feelings about it, and therefore it is coming to you, because you're in your feelings in this card here with the water. Therefore, whatever you are looking to manifest as a new approach, a new way, you are feeling your way through it. So it's the concept of not just the thought being sending out energy, but the attached, beautiful, emotional feeling with it. And that's the magnetism. That's the law of attraction. So I trust this makes sense. I trust this makes sense. I'm going to pull one last card for you. Thank you, Spirit. One overall message. So this is a life experience. This is the Tower, my darling. This is a life experience. You're now at this point, this guidepost, where you can go in any direction you want to go with this. Whatever has happened that may have happened suddenly, it may have caught you unawares. Whatever has happened has freed you to now to make choices for yourself. And there is that conflict I talked about with the Five of Winter. So these are the two collie dogs here. When we pull on something, it's like a scarf pulling. When we're pulling on another, or somebody pulls on us, we pull back, don't we? We pull back, we resist against it. So whether somebody is pulling on you at this moment in time energetically, or you're pulling on them, imagine it like a scarf pulling. You're both going to resist. But if you were to not resist anymore, if you were to drop this rope or a scarf and just let go, the other one can't, there's nothing for them to resist against. So there is no more resistance. That's the law of non-resistance. So Spirit is asking you within this life experience to let go, to surrender to what is at the moment, to understand that what you're facing right now, and perhaps the strong feeling of this and ideas you have about it, are keeping you stuck in this pulling energy with another. And actually, if you were to let go of your strong opinions about something and just say, you know what, I actually don't know anything. I know nothing. Universe, I know no thing. Thank you for enlightening me. Thank you for showing me the way. Thank you for helping me to truly understand. Because we've all been there. We've all been there where we've got very stuck on a certain concept of something. And we can't seem to get off that merry-go-round, that wheel, that idea. And Spirit is asking you to get off that for a moment or two, to allow for other things to come in, to allow this Ace of Swords to come in. Because when you're in here and you're in this conflict, you're not allowing this to come in, this Ace of Swords to come in. And I know that there is a reaching for you for the way forward, for the kind of whole relief thing to step in, that whole place of falling back and surrendering. And when you do, immediately let go and just bless the present, whatever is happening, bless it, because there's something extraordinary that's coming out of it for you. then that 5 and that ace combined becomes 6, and that 6 of swords is hope, relief, moving on, moving through something. Have some patience, okay? Have a little patience with yourself, have some patience with another as well. But don't be afraid now to look, to have a new approach, to look in new directions, to see where you are leaning towards, what you're feeling, what you're leaning towards at this time, because there is a concept, there is an idea that's coming through. And I've got my little Daxi. The 2 of Swords here is about making decisions now with clarity and truth. And they're saying the long and the short of it is, the long and the short of it is that there are many different approaches to the ways we think. And something is blocking you from making a decision to do something. And that's the 2 of Swords. And perhaps you're being urged on by another to do something in a certain way, but actually you don't want to do it that way. You want to do something another way. I trust this is making sense. This is what I'm receiving, because generally 2 dogs together kind of egg each other on to do something. And one dog is much kind of better behaved, let's put it away, than 2, but they are brilliant together as well. So, but you've got those sea otters there. I come back to this energy here. This is at the heart of the reading. So come back to the holding hands. Perhaps letting go of fighting somebody or something. Letting go and letting people be. It's lovely, isn't it, when people let us be who we are? Just let them be. Let yourself be who you are. Let them be who they are. Surrender, let it be. And hold hands. You can't argue with somebody if you're holding hands with them. If you notice, everybody pulls the hands away. If anybody's voice raises slightly, the hand gets pulled away. So hold hands when you're talking, energetically hold hands with somebody, but have that calm, wonderful, emotional discussion, which you're both so capable of having. And don't be afraid of contrasting views, because actually that's the duality of a relationship. That's the teaching duality of a relationship. And once you have the listening to understand and the contrasting views, then you can both come to a neutral stance in the middle. That's the power of 3, isn't it? You can have this view, and then you have the neutral, the third view, the balanced view, the balanced perspective. Is it black or white? Is it white on black? But everybody has a perspective from their life's experiences. And I feel with this 16, it's asking now for your reflection. 1 and 6 is 7. For your balanced, harmonious reflection on the situation. What's it teaching you? What are they teaching you? What are you teaching them? And through that comes the guidance, comes your intuition, will come through for you as well. But all will be well. One more card, please, on the Temperance, the Balance card. I'm just doing a little longer reading for you because I haven't done the weeklies. Thank you, Spirit. All will be well. Look, the Lovers have come out for you. The beautiful, beautiful flamingos here. The green butterfly. The transformation of the heart space, the transformation, the letting go, the healing of the heart space between these two, between this literally lovebirds. This is the rainforest here, the jungle here. So it is to say that these big relationships can be very scary. There can be a lot of unknowns within these relationships, a lot of places that we feel can trip us up, and we don't know what's around the next corner. And it can, you know, with those big relationships, you can have your heart in your mouth sometimes about how much you're being sort of taken somewhere that feels unsafe. But it is unsafe to fall in love, isn't it? It's a courageous thing to do, to fall in love with somebody. I mean, to fall in, to it's extraordinary. And it is a little bit like going into a jungle. There is a huge abundance. There is extraordinary beauty in it. There is it's an adventure. It's an exploration of another and of oneself. And there's a surprise around every corner. But at the heart of it all is source energy. And that's what this waterfall represents. The abundance, and both of those flamingos are in that water. So you're both in the same emotional space in this relationship. So whatever choices that you're making now for yourself, or they're making for themselves, or you're making as a two, as a duality, that zebra, come back to that zebra, is going to have long-lasting impact. The word ramification always comes to me when I talk about the lovers. Long-lasting ramification, long-lasting consequences, the law of cause and effect. And it is a reminder to always, 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 with matters concerning the heart, always follow your heart. How, if it is matters concerning your heart, matter, mother in Latin, nurture, grow, how can you do something that is for your heart's wholehearted best interest if you don't follow your heart's desires, if you don't follow the signs that your heart, your feelings are telling you? The mind will never understand this, but the heart has a natural capacity and ability to understand the language of love. So you have to follow your heart in this situation. And at the core of this are two gentle, gorgeous souls who are so connected and don't want to fight and don't want to argue, but you're learning. And there is something that you're going to receive a great deal of insight on with this, and it is around the next corner. So keep reaching for those answers. Keep reaching for those answers. All will be well, my darling. This is the Justice card. All will be well. All is coming back into balance. And forward to doing the remains of the weekly readings tomorrow, the members reading, and moving on to the June readings for you too. So much love to you all. Have a wonderful Tuesday evening wherever you are on May the 30th. Can you believe we're moving into June? And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Lots of love, my darlings. Bye bye.